Vancouver's heart, a tale unfolds of pets in need and stories told. Reps team with hearts so grand, heals each paw with gentle hand. Pickers scour bins and thrift, raising
Hey everyone,
funds
welcome to
of
TRS.
vital
We are live.
From chew wives to cats in strife, they mend and save each precious life. With love and care, their mission clear to help all pets, both far and near. Pets and Pickers shares their quest to give each animal their very best. Welcome them to TRS.
They always say welcome to TRS before I can. You know, it's just welcome to TRS, everybody. This week, we have a fantastic interview with the producer, showrunner, I should say, and thrift store manager of the show that it's going into season 3 in 3 more days, and it's Pets and Pickers. You need to watch it. It is available anytime on cttv.ca. It is also available. First 2 seasons are live, and you can watch them on Animal Planet as soon as you're done watching this. Don't do it right now. It's a great show, and I just wanted to start off by welcoming you two, for giving us your time to come here and talk to us about the show tonight. Jennifer McCauley is the showrunner of Pets and Pickers, along with Karen Camachi. She's the star and district store manager, and one of the people who makes free life-saving care available to people who can't always afford it. So I want to thank you both for what you do, for bringing this to all of us, and for being just really amazing people. We're so excited to have you here. Can you tell us, let's start off with, for people who haven't watched the show, let's go with Jennifer. Before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about the show?
Sure. Yeah. If you're not familiar with it, so there's an animal hospital in Vancouver, BC, called the regional, it's called RAPS. We call it RAPS. Yeah. So, so they have thrift stores connected to them. And Karen is the manager of the thrift stores. So she makes sure that they have enough money to help provide funding for people who cannot afford funding for their medical care for their pets. So it's a bit of like, as I said, there's medical stories or stories we follow, but then there's also the picking, like what's going to be found, right? So yeah, it's a combination of the both.
Yeah, I like it because it's a mash of shows, and it holds interest, and it's also like, if you have a short attention span, it does bounce between. It's not like we're going into this story and then at the end of the episode there's story 2. It is following throughout, and it's chunked up nicely, and then it keeps you going and it's very interested. Kudos to your editor and whoever laid out the design of how it should look and feel. It feels really good. It feels familiar, like a lot of unscripted shows, but it's also very unique. And I would say, of the most unscripted shows I've seen, this one has a genuine heart feel to it. You can't walk away without feeling happy about something or motivated about something else. It touches you. It gets into you like that. It's really cool.
Exactly.
Karen, a question for you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do for the show and for RAPS? I know we covered it. I'd like to get some more detail from you.
Yeah, I'm the district manager. I manage 3 thrift stores. I'm also the person that, we have 3 thrift stores up here, and I'm the one that acquires all the storage lockers that get donated. Storage lockers, bins, you name it. I'm the woman that finds it. And I grab my team together, and we rain, sleet, hail, hot weather, you name it, we're inside a storage locker to help save an animal.
I have seen some rain episodes.
Yep. It's Vancouver. It pours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I rain, sleet, or hail. We do whatever it takes to do that.
Cool. And if we have people out there watching right now, I did want to quickly encourage you, get questions in our chat. We are going to present them. We'll ask them if they're appropriate. So get them in chat. Jennifer, you have an impressive career. Before coming to the show, award-nominated, award-winning shows like Restoration Garage, $1 Million Genius, and shows you created like GC Kids. And I want to know what drew you to Pets and Pickers.
Oh, that's a good question. So, being in Montreal, right, as opposed to Pets and Pickers, which is in Vancouver, Kula, who's yeah, so she reached out to me to see if I could help out on the series, and like I'm a big pet person. I've had lots of pets over the years, and I love animals. And so she reached out to me, and I was like, okay, this sounds very challenging. So yeah, so I kind of got
Yes.
sucked into it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think you have to be in love with animals and helping animals and everything to be involved or near the show. It is definitely animal positive in so many ways, and you know, sometimes I think we need more of that. We need to realize like we're more than ourselves, and I think the show
Yeah.
helps do that. Taryn, 14 years ago. Sorry, did you want to throw in something? I didn't want to walk on you.
No, sorry, I was just saying, I was just agreeing with you. Exactly.
Okay, cool. Cool. Karen, 14 years ago, you weren't on TV. You had no idea how to manage a thrift store, and I doubt you could even imagine what your life would be like today. How did you end up starring on Pets and Pickers? What's your origin story for this show?
I really have no idea how I landed up on TV. I still every day I wonder how the heck that happened to me. I just know that I'm good with people. I know I'm good at networking with people. I love animals. I've been scooping cat litter. When I wasn't doing that, I was doing flower arrangements so that they could earn money in different ways. And when I fell into the thrift store world, it just worked. It's just my thing. And it took me till I was 55 years old to figure out what my thing was. And here it is. Thrifting is my thing, acquiring things, selling things, and managing a whole pile of people. It turned out to be my thing. And it got me on TV.
That's so getting you on TV part, the how did they pick you and how did you react when you were asked to be on it? Because I know like there's a lot of people around you. Like there was a selection on both sides. How did that go?
I think Tyson could see that I'm passionate about going to those storage lockers. I think my personality is a little atypical. So,
That
you
works
know,
on
I'm not,
TV.
huh?
That works on TV.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
does. And I think because of that, because I'm kind of loud and boisterous and I attract people, my team tends to be that way. We tend to be a little odd. I think that works in the thrifty world, right? So I think that helped get us on TV. The fact that I had so many storage lockers and the stuff that we were finding was so weird, it was meant to be on TV.
I agree. Those of you who don't thrift out there, you need to, or actually, you know, stay home because you're taking all my good stuff. I am a thrifter from the moment I was able to go into a thrift store with money. I didn't always have money, and I love everything about it. I like the impulse of it. I like the fact that my money could be going to a charity. Most thrift stores do. I like the shopping and finding something I didn't even know I needed, finding a bargain. For me, I used to be into it because I'd go and resell it, but that's now I just want to find cool stuff that I think's cool or cool for someone else. So it's a better hit than gambling has ever done for me when you find something great in a thrift store. So
Come on up. Have I got stuff for you?
and I have some questions, and in fact, I think Zaz has some questions too about like how you deal with all that, you know, as a management aspect and all that level. But I wanted to just you know. Going into season 3 is huge. Jennifer, how do you prepare for getting into season 3 and what you want to do with it? What are some of your physical or notes like I want to accomplish this season?
You know, it's interesting because we always look at story arcs outside of, you know, we have like, you know, owners coming in with their pets and there's lots of issues, you know, everyone has pets and there's health, you know, medical issues and whatnot. But there's always been some sort of drama when you say Karen.
It's always the thrift store. What is that?
So last year, like there was a car that drove through the thrift store and we were like, oh my God, we just started filming. And then we were like, okay, this is a story arc, right? And then this season, I'm not even going to tell you what the story arc is, right? We're going to keep that.
Okay.
We'll have to watch the season, but it's like, wow, you know, and we just follow it. There's nothing contrived. We just follow what happens.
And you don't have cameras there.
Life, so
You don't have cameras there 365. That was a fortunate that you were filming at that time. that something bad happened. And
My daughter was there when that car hit that store, and I was an hour and a half away. We've
oh my
never
gosh,
driven so fast in my entire life.
yeah,
To have that car go through that store, that was quite shocking, and it was quite surprising that the director Andrew was on site enough to run over there and film it.
Exactly.
wow.
Yeah, he was
Nobody
there,
got hurt.
and he got the phone. There was a phone call, and he was filming the CEO of the hospital, saying, "What?" Right? He's like, "What just happened?" And he was able to fly over there. So yeah,
No
It
recreation.
was,
That really happened.
yeah, and there was a lady that was injured. The lady who actually hit the wall,
yeah.
she was injured and taken away in an ambulance.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But she was
Just
okay though in the
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she ended up being okay.
yeah.
Good. Wow, I didn't expect to go there with this conversation. But it does line into my next question. Like, unscripted television is by its very nature unpredictable. And this is a relationship. So I have to ask, how do you two communicate what you think would be good to shoot or good for an episode or to be on the show? Like, how do you communicate? Karen, you as well. Like, when you have an idea, I'd like to have this on the show. Or Jennifer, when you like Karen to do something, how do you two work together on stuff like that? And I'll let you.
We usually work via our director, Andrew, who's fantastic, right? So Andrew will, he calls me daily when we're shooting and saying, this is going on, this is happening. And then when Karen and I need to chat, we connect. But Andrew is like, he's phenomenal, right?
He's phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he really is. And he's so, like, I've never actually worked with a director who, over my many years, who knows how to interview people, right? He knows how to like calm people down and get what he needs. And like, there's people who are bringing their animals in to be, euthanized, and he's able to talk to them and say, hey, can we talk to you about this? Can we make you part of the show? And no, he's pretty phenomenal. So yeah.
I have
And you got to remember,
about that.
none of the cast have ever been in front of TV.
Exactly.
So he makes it okay to be in front of a camera.
That's huge. That's huge.
It really is, because when you know nothing, he makes it much easier to be in front of a camera.
That's really so. A little bit of backstory. I was on an episode of Pawn Stars, and I didn't run into anything like that with my. I guess it was probably just a segment producer. I don't know if it's a full director or anything. At the time, I was scheduled to come in. I wasn't just walking in off the street, as I'm sure you understand. But like, I didn't have anybody calming me down. It was just like, just get up there, just get on the camera. Don't be like, it was very abbreviated introduction to what it would be like to be on camera as somebody else. And I imagine that Rick and the rest of the crew, they've had some coaching and what they want and all that stuff. But for me walking in, it was like, just stand there for now, walk. Now back up. Like, what did I do wrong? It's always fascinating. That's why I actually went on the show, to find out how shows like that work, what it's really like, how much is real, how much is set up, and how, like, my being there was set up a lot. There was a lot that was real, and I had to sign an NDA, so I'm not supposed to talk about any of this, I'm sure. But they have more money than me, so good luck getting it out. On the for this season, let's get back to season 3, because I'm sure that's a big reason why people are watching. Are there any? Let's go back to you, Karen. Are there any good thrifting stories that we could tease right now to get people?
Yeah, you know what? This was the biggest haul of my life. The biggest haul of my life. So if you want to see us really help animals in a big way, you got to watch.
That's huge.
Yeah, don't give
biggest haul of my life.
Okay,
that's awesome. You've hooked me already. So as a fan of thrift, and I collect, what's the word I'm looking for? I call them crap stores a lot of times, because like, I like just thinking, what do you find in all the crap? Like, it's to find the good stuff for me.
Hey, a storage locker is weeding through the crap to get to the treasure,
Yeah, that's it. And I'm coming up, and I'm gonna take you up on that offer to come picking with you. I will volunteer my time to dig through lockers just to find stuff for you guys. Jennifer, you deal with a lot of. Do you have any? Let's go to the pet side. Do you have any pet stories that you'd like to tease, or something that people should look out for in this season?
Oh
I
my
do want to
gosh.
get into something to just sink teeth into that.
Yeah, it's interesting because we were actually talking about this, and we said, you know, for this season, which is interesting, there were so many like mysterious stories that we were like, okay, what is wrong with this animal? And we went down a couple of beats, and which is unique for us, because normally we would do, they come in, there's, an issue, there's an answer, and we move on. So we had a lot of mysterious stories that went on for a few episodes. So that was very unique for us. So
I think I saw in the preview a dog that walked like this.
yes.
Is that this season, this upcoming season?
Yeah.
Cute dog. And then my heart broke. I'm like, I hope they fix him. So now I have to watch to find out like what's going on. Yeah, I love the fact that you can go both ways. And Jennifer, I'm going to kind of double up on you. You have a lot of heartwarming stories, but have you ever had a story just so sad that you had to cut it? Like it was too sad for
That's
TV.
actually a really good question, because we and I've been on the series for the full 3 seasons, right?
Yeah.
So we did have some where we were like, and it's not more the sadness, it's kind of, the emotion, the owners there, the conclusion, like, are we going to follow this through? We had a story though this season where a cat came in that was very, very ill, and the owners, they didn't know what to do. And so they thought surrendering the cat to the cat sanctuary would help the cat survive, which I totally understand. But when they did this, the vets went, this cat is really, really sick. So it's the first time we've followed an animal to be euthanized. And that was tough. That was a tough decision for us, but yeah, we hope we handled it appropriately. But yeah, that was a tough season.
I think the reality needs to be out there too. It is an unscripted show, so not everything. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I asked the question. Is sometimes you definitely have to give people what they want to see. It's a TV show; that's its job. But there are people that want the reality as well, and it's it has to be a hard thing to mix those.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I couldn't. I don't know what I would do in a situation like that, honestly. Karen, it could be this season. I want to get back to you real quick because I'm trying to do what the show does. Let's go pets. Let's go picking. Let's go show. Let's go. This season, or is particularly, but any other, have you ever had an Antiques Roadshow moment where you found something that was worth way more than you thought it was worth initially?
I've had a couple that happened to me a couple of times. The calendars, I thought they were just 1940 junky calendars, and they were worth $10,000. So I had sorry about the plane, but I had no idea that calendars from the hockey team was an anything. So I was pretty surprised by the calendars. And then we had a bin that most people in Pets and Pickers call the Skeena bin. We gave Skeena back her stuff. Her dad was an Aboriginal artist up here in Canada, and he's quite renowned. He met the Dalai Lama a couple of times. And
I watch a YouTube show called Curiosity Incorporated, and he did some things on that artwork, and that's how I know what you're talking about.
It was quite profound.
Sorry, Karen, I was going to say that was one of the situations where, Karen and her team went, okay, you know what, we have something here that is, it's very unique. It's very emotional. It was a First Nation, or we say First Nations here, but an Aboriginal or Indigenous artist. Mm-hmm. And, your team just went, okay, you know what? We're not going to sell this. We have to find the family. And that was a very interesting moment for us. Eh?
Yeah. It's a time. Raps has a wonderful saying. It's we help animals and their people. And it was one of those times where we helped the people.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. I can't tell you how much I want to be your friend because you do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Keep inviting me up. I'm on down.
We're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out. We are. I swear.
You
Because I
should.
love that. I have in my running around found things that clearly belong that would mean something to somebody, and I've went out of my way. Even with my one rescue cat that I found on a farm that was clearly abandoned, she had stomach surgery. You could tell she was fixed, but badly, and she was declawed badly. The paws didn't even match. We took her in. She lived with us for the last 4 or 5 years of her life, maybe even longer. She was just so quiet and out of the way. But I still went out of my way for 6 months to try to find her home, because if she meant something to somebody, if there was a little girl out there that was missing her cat, I still like, and that's just a cat, but I've in thrift store and found photo albums and like the family might want these. I also like to scan old 8mm films that somebody's just thrown away, but maybe the family, there's another part of the family that really would want to see granddad's old car. So I do my best to find them, at least to let them know I have this scanned and they can have it. So doing the right thing, especially when there are multiple right things to do. But yeah, like it's somebody's artwork. It's somebody's family. It's somebody's, I wasn't
It was your
expecting to do
baby
that either.
pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can.
Pictures and
and there's a lot of constraints around what you can or can't do, but I love the fact that you got to try, That's amazing.
Yep.
So you're good people all around, aren't you?
We try really hard.
We're golden, right, Karen? Yeah,
we are indeed.
You're awesome.
We try really, really hard.
You never curse. You never drink.
I don't know about that. I've had a few storage lockers that it was just one great big bleep. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you please give me that footage, Jennifer?
Oh, I'm sure it's on a bleeper roll somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are the best. I'm still a bloopers kid from the early days on NBC with Dick Clark and his bloopers uncensored. I grew up watching it, and I still love they had a bad day. I'm gonna enjoy that. I don't know why.
That footage is going to be in the storage unit in Indiana Jones at the end of that movie, next to like a dusty Wild Kratts reel that we'll never see.
Oh my God, you know the Wild Kratts. Wow.
Oh yes, grew up with them. Absolutely.
Love their work. Oh my God, yes. I worked on all those shows. So
yeah, I saw that. It was that perfect dovetail for a kid I grew up in the country who loved animals and Jim Henson Muppets at the same time with Zaboomafoo and all those. So when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I love your work.
He corrected me on how to pronounce Zaboomafoo.
Zaboomafoo. Yeah.
No, it's
it wasn't even a subtle correction. It was like I'm doing something over here like this, and I hear him going through the show notes like fly over. I was like, Zaboomafoo. That's Zaboomafoo. You've never heard of the Kratts brothers? Come on now.
I've heard. I'm old. This is way above. I'm old. It wasn't in my realm growing up.
I'm probably older than you, so just saying.
I was in my heavy metal "Don't talk to me, I hate everything" phase. How about that?
That was very blunt and honest, and that's why I appreciate it.
I was very cranky. Even Henson probably would have upset me at that age. I don't know. And he's one of my heroes now. Changed my life in the world.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, if it means anything, Frank Oz would have understood. Frank Oz? Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to Relationships. We are live tonight with Eric.